Today, it's go time. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Oh man, what a time to be alive. The Go Show here on the morning show is about to wrap up. Namhlanje, we've got Redi, Riky, and Jacqui. The Boza Network, the Go-Getters.
I'm also here.
Pabi.
Oh, okay. I thought, what's going on? We're also here. Yes, Will. Yes.
Listen, I need to tell you this. The Go Show has come to an end here on the morning show, and we've had the privilege of working on this awesome initiative alongside Mzansi's Boza Network. I mean, we've had the opportunity to not just award prizes, right, but actually make a huge difference in the lives of quite a few South Africans, amazing individuals across Mzansi Wonke. Right now, today, we've got Jacqui, who is the Executive Head of Corporate Affairs at our partners MTN. Jacqui, obviously, a big thank you for you just making the time this morning. I imagine you've been watching the campaign since we started, and you have had some favorite moments when we were out there.
You know, I think that what has been so startling for me is that with the production and the insights that you get of actually having a camera on someone, how beautiful it is to actually see the warmth behind the people that we've met. And these are people who very often don't have much in their own lives, but so much of what they've been doing has been outward looking. It's not been about themselves, it's been about how can I use technology to help someone else. And that whole notion that we have at MTN of everyone deserving the benefits of a connected life, there were all these people out there who are living that dream for us.
Right.
And I was incredibly moved by just consistently seeing people who are community orientated, who've got this great sense of community spirit and wanting to do things. And to, you know, I love the fact that we had Riky identified the Kazi Einstein, working on, fixing wheelchairs, people using technology to grow vegetables. These are smart and really informed actions. And I found that exceptionally heartwarming, and all of us at MTN, we love this project. It's been amazing.
And, I'm sure I can speak for all of us as go-getters that we found it so invigorating to do as well, to be able to go out and to touch people's lives. So, Jacqui, it is the Boza Network rewarding Boza individuals on the ground. Why was it so important from a corporate point of view to start an initiative like the Go Show?
So MTN has invested so heavily in this network, so we've got the best network in the country. But that means nothing unless it's actually making a difference in people's lives. True. Then it's just infrastructure. Then it's just towers in the ground. So what we wanted to do was to find a way to really connect people to the technology, to make them understand that it's not just about a phone, it can be about a system that helps water your vegetables, helping youngsters learn off tablets, because we find that in the school projects that we do through the MTN Foundation, particularly where we're dealing with any type of remedial work, children respond extremely well to the intuitiveness of tablets. So in terms of some of the early childhood development work that we identified, that really works well. So it's just fantastic being able to take the technology and just seeing South Africans run with it in that kind of inimitable South African style, where it doesn't matter what we've been through in the last 14 months, we're just going to keep and go getting at it.
And I think it's really cool that we were able to capture everything on camera and video, right? It's a lot different when you're reading about someone's story and how their lives have changed, but if you are seeing them and hearing them tell the story, themselves, then it tells you who the person is, because then they're just speaking. Like Kagisho, like the very first winner we saw, Kosoweto Magwenya, right? Like
you
just.
didn't call me going to Magwenya. Okay, then we're done here.
I think we knew she'd have no Magwenya left to sell.
Listen, with everything that is happening, the Boza Network, MTN, is keeping us connected to our loved ones, work, friends, and opportunities. It's also keeping individuals, small businesses, and communities going, right? We actually cannot keep going without connectivity. Was that the premise, Jacqui, behind this initiative?
So I think the onset of the pandemic, the last sort of 14 months, everyone's lives were so fundamentally turned upside down.
Right.
So whether it was mothers who now found themselves working from home and having to try and homeschool, whether it was teachers who were trying to teach. I've got a friend who, teaches 4-year-olds, and trying to teach 4-year-olds in person is hard. Can you imagine how much harder it is doing it online?
Right.
I can't imagine. So there were all these, kind of new complexities thrown at us, plus the seriousness of massive economic impact, massive socio-economic impacts. And of course the health risks as well. So in a time where there's been a lot for us to worry about, we wanted to find that something that would get South Africans just engaged and enthusiastic and really just doing something for the love of it and for the love of the technology. We really felt we needed to find a way to kind of brighten South Africans' lives. And our customers have been incredibly supportive during this time, and we've really tried to make sure that we can provide the data and the coverage and the reach that they need right now, because at the moment our lives are completely dependent on this technology and this connectivity. So it's been
But also, as a woman creating a business, those struggles I know are close to your heart as well. So talk to me about how exciting or how it felt for you that there's so many women who were recipients in the Go Show.
I went out to see Cindy Shabangu, who's in construction.
Right.
First, it was excitement and admiration over the sector she's chosen, because it's very difficult.
Yes.
But seeing the actual difference, this was not a nice to have, or I've got an extra little phone. No. This was about longevity. It was about long-term sustainability, making those dreams come true for the long term. If you are Cindy Shabangu, you're running a business, you don't have the digital infrastructure. You have to go there and do things, but you're raising a child on the other end. I think you responded to the business imperative, but you responded to the personal. There is nothing I treasure more as a mom and a professional woman than my time. But there's something about the Go Show and this initiative that reminded, or should remind us, that we don't have to defer solutions to the government all the time.
Right.
Okay? We can be the change we want to see. Just going there and doing it. I just love that about it.
I mean, I felt how powerful that is. And to your point, really, like, it wasn't about let's give you X amount of money. Let's get you connected to the world to help boost the business. And that's all. It's been the theme across the winners that we chose, the 12 of them, right? Like, now that I've got data, I've got connectivity, I'll be able to plug my business on social media. People in, like Kagisho in Lady Brand was saying, people will know about him, which was not going to be the case beforehand, because he was just dealing within his immediate radius with his vegetables and fruits business.
And isn't it beautiful, though, how when you really look at it, people don't want us to necessarily give them ideas. They don't want handouts. They've got the idea. They can see how this thing is going to work. They just need support. The DJ that we went to see, you remember?
In Alex, yes.
And he goes and says, everybody's going to know about him. He did say that, you know? And he's in Matric, and he's got the studio now.
Oh,
it was
life-changing.
You know? It was world class. I actually even missed being on the radio when I saw that studio.
Ricky, let's bring you in here. I mean, you're known for expanding what it is that you do to bring other young rappers into the game. So was it a similar feeling being part of the Go Show? What was your go-getter experience like?
I mean, with me being in the music field and being, you know, in the arts, our main job is to inspire people, whether it's through music, whether it's through the art we make, through our visuals. We're trying to inspire people, but most specifically, we're trying to inspire youth that are just like us, that want to be creative, to be more creative and not be afraid of chasing that specific type of dream. So for me, it opened my eyes up to my responsibility is not just limited to music or limited to the arts, but our responsibility goes so much further, because people are just looking for that little spark of inspiration. It might seem like it's a little bit, it might seem like it's just a bit of data or it's just a laptop to one person, but to somebody else, that's something that sets their journey into a whole different path. And that was inspiring for me, you know, their stories inspired me, because I don't think I would have had the courage to start some of the businesses that they've started. That's what I felt like I was doing. I felt like I was learning more from them than me coming, you know, to add into their lives. They were actually adding into my life.
Wow.
And how cool was it to be the guy who is the guy that we sent to go knock on people's doors? Because that became your job throughout the Go Show campaign.
You know, I do my job pretty well. It's nice because obviously being a celebrity or someone that people know through music or through TV for this sort of long period of time, you sort of take for granted that, you know, people are happy when they see you. So it's very beautiful just to interact on a real level with somebody who doesn't expect you to sing or to perform. They're just happy to see your face and say, oh, wow, this is actually a real moment. This person is actually here. So that was a bit of a blessing right there.
And you could see that energy as well of people just being so amazed, whether it was William or Redi or you, Pabi, and with Riky particularly. I love the fact that, you know, we had to work so hard to keep the social distance and because the kids just wanted to be near him, you know. And that's just great energy. And what's so fantastic is those kids are going to remember that. They're going to remember, you know, meeting you. They're going to remember the fact that you were someone they wanted to look up to, and you know, it was a great moment.
Some of them were far more interested in getting close to you than getting the digital makeup. I was like, hey guys, do you remember we get to fix businesses here.
On this laptop.
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing, because 5, 10 years, 15 years from now, those kids are going to attach the memory of us coming to their neighborhood with somebody who's built a business and who has a vision for what they're doing within their neighborhood. So they're going to look at that shop or that hardware store or that warehouse or that cinema. They're going to look at that and say, I need to do something like that.
Well, I know you loved this experience as well. Any favorite memories?
Absolutely, man. I learned about farming through this Go Show experience. Landing up Lady Brand with Kagisho. Who had to now turn his farm or get some form of an irrigation system going, and it expanded how much he can plant, meaning that his bottom line, he's able to provide a lot more. He can supply a bit more, meaning his customer base grew. For me, that was very memorable. Also, when we got there, Papi, I don't know if you remember this, he mentioned the fact that he knew you and I from previously.
And your point of view, that they remember. Because obviously when they met you and it made such an impression on them, and here we are.
Yeah, that you can keep being a go-getter.
So let's go to London.
Expand. I'm coming with you on that one.
Listen, Jacqui, would like to wrap it up with you. I mean, I imagine you have some closing comments for us.
You know, I think, first of all, just to say thanks to all of you for just being such amazing go-getters. We just love partnering with you, and you guys did such a wonderful job for us. So thank you for that. And you know, thank you for holding the MTN name really high throughout this whole process. There will definitely be more of this. We know that people love this. We love putting money into this kind of investment. We want to grow small entrepreneurs through the work we do. So whether it's through the consumer business or whether it's through the small business, you know, through the enterprise business. So in terms of the Go-Getter show, we're moving on to the Go show. So really what I'm doing is calling on people to keep an eye on your social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And we're going to be bringing you basically the youth installment.
Okay.
So everyone keep an eye if you're under 25.
I disqualified, let me go.
Yeah, exactly. No, Redi and I are disqualified, unfortunately, as much as we don't look like it.
No, not at all, not at all.
So we look forward to really engaging with young people now and hoping to see that entrepreneurial spirit and kind of go-getter mentality. So yeah, we look forward to taking it forward. Go show.
I know every young person in South Africa right now saying, yo, I wonder what it is. Listen, you've heard it from our partners MTN. Whilst the Go Show may have drawn to a close here on the morning show on E, it's not over until it's over. In fact, it's still go time. So you need to stick around and stay tuned via our social media to see how Mzansi's Boza network will change your life as a young person in South Africa.
Absolutely. So if you are under 25, then you definitely want to visit at MTNZA and follow the hashtag #TheGoShow. And if you have a side hustle, which so many of us do, if you have one that is in need of a digital makeover, this is your time to shine. You may want to enter.
Today, it's go time. Everywhere you go, MTN.